Hi everyone, this is Jennifer Stay from Coloring Bliss, and let's get into our sketchbooks today. I've been wanting to get our sketchbook series started, and today is the day. I've been talking about it during our live events here every Wednesday, and today we're going to get started. I've got my Sketch Bliss sketchbook here. If you haven't seen my Sketch Bliss sketchbook, you need to check it out. As soon as we started our Bliss print shop, I said to my husband, I want my own sketchbook, and the reason I wanted to create my own kind of sketchbook was because I have never found a sketchbook that I could buy where it had more than one kind of paper in one book. So that's what I requested from him, a book that had 3 different kinds of paper, all 3 of my favorite papers. It's got the color pencil paper in it, it has a marker paper in it, and it has a mixed media paper in it. So it doesn't really matter what kind of art I want to sit down and do, this sketchbook has me covered. So today we're going to be working on the marker paper because I also have today some markers that I found at my local Walmart. Now, from what I understand, you can only pick this up at your local Walmart. These are by Timeless Creation, which is a Cra-Z-Art company. You guys know how I feel about Cra-Z-Art. I don't really like all their products, but I really like the case that these markers come in. They're Fineliner markers, which I only have a few of those, so I wanted to try a new kind out. And they look beautiful, and I'm really inspired by beautiful tools right now, so I wanted to try these out. So we're going to try these out. We're also going to be doing some doodle prompts. Now, one of my favorite things to do in a sketchbook is just straight up doodle. Anybody can doodle. It's nothing really special. You don't need any special skills. Basically, if you know how to draw like letters, you know, the alphabet, you can doodle. So what you need is a prompt, an idea, a place to begin, and then you can start doodling. So in every sketchbook that I sell, I include some doodle prompts. These doodle prompts are also available on my website for free. So if you'd like to come and download them so that you can try them in your own sketchbook, then please come and download them. There'll be a link in this video description so you can come and download those doodle prompts. Now, when you buy a Sketch Bliss book, it comes already in here, just like this. And there are 40 doodle prompts, see? And they're just little ideas of different ways that you can doodle. For me, sometimes it's just a spark of an idea. That's all I need, and it gets me going, and I know exactly what I want to do when I pick up a sketchbook. A sketchbook can be a little intimidating, a whole bunch of blank pages. Where do you begin? A doodle prompt is just the place to begin. So that's what we're going to do today. I can't wait to share it with you, and I can't wait to show you how these Cra-Z-Art Timeless Creations markers work. It's going to be fun. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is flip to the marker paper. Now the marker paper in here I picked for this project because these tips are a fiber tip on this particular marker, and I don't want to damage the tips, and the marker paper in here is very, very smooth, and it will protect those marker tips really good. So I'll switch over here to the marker section, which is delineated by this paper, which tells you all about how cool this paper is. I'm going to flip to a blank page right here. Okay. Now, this marker paper is super thick, and I almost never have anything bleed through. But on occasion, I will have bleed through when I do a super amount of layering with markers. I don't think I'm going to have that problem today because we're just doing doodling, not a lot of blending and layering. So I'm not going to worry about putting a blotting page behind this today, but it's a good idea if you want to put one behind here just for peace of mind. Now, where we're going to get started today with our doodles is we're going to create an area to work in. Sometimes I do it by just creating some random free-flowing lines, or you can get out a ruler and draw some actual geometric shapes to work within. Today, though, I'm feeling like getting out some of my washi tape. So I've got one tray right here. And I think I'm going to go for some pretty plain colors because we're going to be adding a whole bunch of different textures and colors with my doodles. So I'm going to go in for this row here, and I think I'm just going to kind of pick which one I have the most of, which looks like this orange color. And this is a pretty narrow washi tape, so it will create a nice narrow border for my areas for doodling. Now I could just do some nice straight lines, but I'm going to go for some kind of nice geometric broad areas. Okay, now I'm just going to fold these tape ends under. The great thing about using the washi tape as my lines is I didn't have to do any rulers. It's quick. All of a sudden my blank sketchbook page already has a big, bold, beautiful look to it, so it doesn't feel quite so intimidating because it has lots going on. And I'm not liking the top here with those ragged edges, so I'm just going to hide them with one bold strip across the top. And fold those under, and I feel like we are ready to get started. Okay, we have lots of spaces now that we can work in. And let's check out these new pens by Cra-Z-Art. This is a knife that my son let me borrow to use for opening up packages. He made it. Okay, there are 30 markers in this Fineline marker sets. Cra-Z-Art says these are premium artist quality. Now we've heard that before from them. And this is what the pens look like. Very fine point tip. And the caps stack really nicely on the end. Feel really good in the hand. And I like that this box is a really good stadium stand. It's going to be really handy for carrying them around and storing them and keeping them organized. They seem really easy to get in and out too. Okay, let's give them a try. Next thing we're going to do is pick a doodle out and pick a section we want to work in. So we're going to refer to the doodle page here at the beginning, all these really cool doodle prompts, and just pick one that jumps out at me. And my favorite shape is circles, so I'm going to go ahead for number 8, one of my favorite doodle prompts. And we're going to pick a color that I love to start with, which is purple. This is a nice deep purple color. Let's see if there's any color indication on these pens. Nope, no color indicators. It looks like there's maybe 3 different shades of purple here. And this one that I picked up is one of the darkest shades. Let's see how it works. And since this is one of my favorite doodle patterns, I'm going to pick one of the biggest areas to work in. And let's hit fast forward and fill in this area. Okay, one section done. Now, so far I really like these Cra-Z-Art pens. They feel really nice. They're going across the paper really nicely. I have no complaints. They have really vivid color. My hand is really shaky today because I have chronic pain issues. So to work with a fine point marker on such a smooth paper is a really nice, relaxing experience. Now, when you have chronic pain and you have a shaky hand, a doodle page is a really good art project to work on so that you can hide all those little wiggles and imperfections. Just let it go. Don't be overly perfectionist, because you're going to be making mistakes all the time in art. It's just normal. And in a doodle page like this, you can hide them. You will not see them because you're going to have so much going on. So my overall plan for this is I'm going to keep filling in every section. We're just going to keep the fast forward going. But what I am going to do is try to use as many colors as I can, but avoid using the orange markers, because I'm going to come back and try to bring some cohesiveness into the piece by adding orange into every section. So I'm going to meet you at the end, and we're going to try doing that at the end and show you what I mean by that. So let's fill in all the sections with some different doodles. Okay, every section of our sketchbook page is filled with a different doodle. This was really fun. We got to try almost every single color in our set of Timeless Creations Fineline markers. There's 30 colors. I did reserve these final 5 here because they're in the orange tones, and I wanted to use these as a way to bring cohesive feeling to the entire page, which we're going to do next. There was one marker so far that seems a little weird, like the cap doesn't go on correctly. So I think this cap was either made weird or the end cap was made weird. I can't decide which. So that's the only problem I've run in so far with these Timeless Creations pens by Cra-Z-Art. So that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and move this to the side, and we're going to use these final 5 pens now to bring the cohesive feeling. What I'm going to do is go into every single section now using probably one of these orange, probably this orange right here, and add orange into every section so that everything feels overall orange, and it should bring everything together. Okay, it's all done, except I need to put the date on it, which I'm going to use the orange marker and tuck the date in here. I always date every page in my sketchbooks, and I found that really helpful more than once. Plus, it's really interesting to go back and see, you know, what I was interested in, what I was doing at the time of the year, and just how I've improved with my art, or maybe I want to go back and see which art supply I got at that time. So it's really good for me to date everything I do. Even if I wanted to, I could even write on here that I was using the Timeless Creations Fineline markers. I could do that if I wanted to, but I'm not going to worry about that for this. So there is the finished page. I really like it. It was really relaxing. I kept finding myself getting stumped as to what to fill in each section. So I'm really grateful that I had that doodle prompt page. And I really liked having it printed and right here in the sketchbook. So whether you come and download it on my website or whether you have it right here in your own Bliss sketchbook, that's a really handy reference page to have when you get stuck on what you want to be doodling. I really like how I added the orange at the end to kind of bring some cohesiveness to the page. I think it made it really fun and summery and bright, especially the orange color that I added. What do you think? Do you like it? I think she likes it. So I think this is going to end up being one of my favorite pages to look back at and just smile at. And I really like using the washi tape to make the lines. It was really fast. It made for a really delineated, bold area for me to work in. I didn't have to get out a ruler. It was really good. I think I'll use washi tape like that more often. As far as the Fineline markers by Cra-Z-Art, they're Timeless Creations series, I really liked these. There was the one marker that was giving me trouble with the caps, but the markers themselves, they seemed really good. They come in at about $15 at my Walmart. So that's about 50 cents a marker. So it's a little bit pricey, but not really high-end cost. So that's good. What do you think of them? What do you think? Here, look at this. She's more interested in my hand. You want my attention, huh? So I really like the case. I think it's a really sturdy, valuable case that comes with it. So I think a lot of the price probably is going into that storage case. So I'm excited about that. I don't know if any of my other tools, let's see if gel pen. Oh, the gel pen's going to fit in there. And it even closes with gel pens. So I think I'm going to be able to use the case for multiple purposes. So that's really handy. I like that. So thanks for joining me. I hope that you get out your sketchbook and try this idea out in your own sketchbook. Let me know if you do. I would love to see it. Let me know if you like the doodle prompt idea too, and if you'd like some more tutorials on how to do specific doodles, let me know. And maybe Rose and I will do some demonstrations on how to do these doodles. So I hope you have fun in your own sketchbook. It's such a great way for everyone to get their creative juices going and to express themselves creatively. It's easy, it's approachable for everyone in every skill level. As you can see, you don't have to be perfect. Just get in there, put some color down, and enjoy your sketchbooks. So I hope you have a wonderful, colorful, blissful day. Bye-bye, everybody. Okay.